Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Happy New Year, everybody. Got a banger lined up for you tonight, guys. I'm really excited about tonight's truck that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the Austar, the new Austar 1/18 scale Jeep Rubicon. Basically a TRX 4M clone. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. Let's head over and see who we got in the chat. I already saw Dave Walters in there. Thanks again for an awesome day today, Dave. We had a blast out there, me, Owen, and Chris. Freaking awesome. Thanks for Jeff for having that big old bonfire for us. That kept us warm. Got Super One-Handed, Chris Gerwitz, X Lewis, Osborne, Christina, Jeff. Who else we got in here? Peter Griffin, Dave, I gave him a shout out. Travis Customs RCs, welcome. Who else we got? Looks like I think I got just about everybody. Osborne, I still got to mail out your pin. I just got totally distracted with the holidays. But I have not forgotten, man. So yeah, we're going to talk about the Austar 1/18 scale, which I took it out to Walters today, and I was so impressed with that. I'd already watched a couple of reviews on it, and I knew it was going to be good from Donald Snaps, I think his name is. He does really good reviews. He gave it a great review, so I was just like, you know what, I'm going to pick one up and check it out myself. And boy, was I happy I did. Let me get the work desk pulled up here. Let me see if I can zoom that camera out just a touch. Come on. There we go. So it is literally a TRX 4M clone as I drop the remote. Other than, you know, the body being different than the TRX 4M. Has two quick release tabs on the bottom here that are super easy to get, but secure it very well. We pop these off. You really need two hands to do it. So you pull it off and you get just a beautiful setup. Let me pull that camera back in a little bit, actually. So and the best thing about this, guys, is I picked it up for 80 bucks, and since then they've released like 3 other colors, and they've dropped the price down to the 70s. Oh, Northwest Custom or Northwest RCs, thanks for showing up, buddy. So yeah, you get, this is all stock. It's coming with a beautiful ESC that is dead silent, super smooth. What's going on, Rockwolf? Glad you made it. Yeah, extremely smooth with a digital 3-speed. I'm not super crazy about these remotes. I've used them before. They feel a little chintzy, but they do have a lot of options on them. As far as like trim and whatnot, but it's a digital 3-speed, and because it has the 370 motor in there, which is more than enough power for this, and it's these black good 370 motors that I'm very familiar with. You can put it in low, which most vehicles, you know, it cuts the voltage and it won't have enough power to push it. This pushes it with no problem in low speed, but in high speed, you know, I just left it in there because it's super smooth. Hey, what's going on, Andy Ritchie? Sucks that we missed you today out there at Walters. We had a blast. Stock tires are Austar tires. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar. You've probably picked up Austar tires before. I know I have in the past. They're usually pretty cheap, but they're, you know, good like knockoffs from like Pro Lines and stuff like that. These are the Super Swamper Austars, and I was very impressed with them. You know what? I gotta move the settings thing out of my way here so I can see what you guys can see. Let me pull these up here. Yeah, they are some really good tires. They came with foams in them. I took the foams out because the truck is, being a hard body, it's not a full interior hard body. So it's not as heavy as like an interior hard body. So I pulled the foams, and that made these tires just right for this rig, just perfect. It comes with a lithium ion battery, I think a 600 milliamp. but it comes with a JST plug. So I'm sure some of you guys have some lipos laying around. It handles 2S lipo just fine. I was able to put 1,000 milliamp lipo in here, 35C, and that really pepped it up. The slow crawl was just amazing though. I mean, really good slow crawl for an $80 truck, guys. And this is one of the other things that I absolutely loved about it, and you guys will dig this, I think. I really digged it. I don't think I got it on. I got to hold down this power button here. Hold on. Yeah. So, you guys see? Okay, yeah. So check this out, guys. You got that mode, and then you've got just on. You got like a Knight Rider style that changes colors actually after a few seconds there. Rotations. Then you've got this one. You got that one. You got that one. And then you got just off. It's not the quickest servo in the world, but it does seem to be adequate. The only I mean, it's really truly set up like a 10th scale. You got sideways servo up in here. Your motor's center mounted. Plastic drive shafts, plastic links and all that, but they're solid with some good flex to them. Friction shocks, but they are dialed in just right for this truck. I mean, it didn't wobble too much. It didn't roll very often. When it bounced on spots so that then it couldn't really, get good grip on. I thought it would flip over, but it didn't. It really handled itself very well. This is actually, I believe, a functioning spare. It's a little bit smaller than stock tires, but this is, I believe, a functioning spare. You get a metal hitch on the back here. And as you can see from that picture that I had up earlier, I think they sell a trailer for it, or maybe just the TRX4M trailer might be what they're using. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they have pictures of it hooked up to the trailer, and it does come stock with the trailer. You get brake lights. Oh no, I guess they're kind of reverse lights. But it is a great rig for $80, guys. I mean, look at this nice smooth crawl. And that's low. I mean, that's the one speed that they call it, just not jerky at all. Like the 370s that we were putting in the SCX 24s that were a little jumpy off the rip. Nope, you don't get that with this. This ESC is fantastic. And the only thing I hear is a slight turn of the motor because it's a big 370. Now, as I was going on about the shocks, you get some killer flex with this out of the box, guys. Great flex. And you can see it's not overly bouncy. And I haven't taken these shocks apart yet. They look like they could be definitely modified into oil shocks, because they're pretty good size. So yeah, it is a home run in my opinion, for sure. Oh, absolutely, Northwest. I believe my buddy Chris, who works at authorized Traxxas dealer, he was with me at Walters today, and I had him look it over, and he literally said to me, he's like, other than it having a different motor, he's like, this is a TRX4M. He was like, this is a complete clone of the TRX4M. He's like, and as a matter of fact, he's like, I'd like to see if the motor and transmission from this will go in his TRX4M, and I don't blame him, because this is a fantastic setup, guys. You can see how the servo comes right up through here. Completely, you get full flex, nothing hits. It's a home run, guys. It really is for $80. Like I said, you can get it on Banggood now, I think for 72, I think it is, and they have it in yellow, gray, orange, blue, red, and I think maybe one more color. No, that might be it. Yeah, that might be it. Stick around to the end of the stream, guys, because I got a little LC80 tip that I came across the other day that you guys are definitely going to want to hear, and it's going to be worth buying an LC80 ESC and remote and putting it in your SCX24 if you're wanting to do a specific thing that I'm going to go over at the end of the stream. So definitely stick around, guys, because this video that I came across blew my mind about the LC80 ESC. It is. I already knew it was good. I didn't know it was this great, though. It is really good. So yeah, I mean, my biggest complaint about this Austar Jeep, and I could be wrong, I might need to look through the manual some more. It doesn't have like crawler mode, I guess we would call it. You can go forward, straight forward to reverse. It does have a brake. See, I'm hitting full reverse right here. You got to hit reverse again. You know, you can go from reverse to forward, you know, but you can't slam it into reverse, you know. And it's very touchy about it too. If you touch forward at all, it doesn't register that you've actually recentered the transmitter. Yeah, Rockwolf, Chris was looking at it over and he said he's pretty sure that everything for the TRX 4M should transfer over to this, so you could get the brass axles and all that, and put all that on there. Like I said, for 70, I think 72 bucks, if I could be wrong, but it's roughly around 72 bucks, I think, for the other colored versions of this one. You could take that extra money that you saved on buying a TRX 4M and buy new axles, you know. And like I said, it's not the fastest servo in the world. When I was out on the rocks and I was getting really good grip, it was turning with no problem, but it was just a little slow. It was just a little slow, but it was adequate. I never was like, ooh, I can't get through this spot because my wheels aren't turning. I was very happy with it. And you can see, I don't know if you guys can see, probably can't because my fat head and stuff's in the way, but like as I'm turning and it's getting good grip, those tires are almost wanting to like roll over in the front just because they're really soft. Yeah, they're really soft. I'll give Austar credit, you know, as far as I know, this is their first entry into small scale crawlers, and like I said, this is a home run in my opinion. They give you a great light kit, an adequate transmitter, I guess. You know, it's got steering reverse, throttle reverse, you know, digital 3-speed, you got steering trim, you got throttle trim, you got, I guess would be your separate channel for your lights, and then you have another called ATV, which I don't know why they call it that, but that is your dual rate. Oh, which I didn't have turned up all the way. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Okay, so the turning radius is even better than I thought it was. It's not a TRX 4M sharp. You know, I'll give TRX 4M credit where credit is due. Their turning radius is outstanding. This is good though. Very, very good. I think this is actually going to be the 750 subscriber giveaway instead of those mini die casts. I think we'll end up doing one of these instead, just because this is, I'd like to see what one of you guys do with one of these. For me, this is just going to end up being a shelf clean most likely after this episode. I'll probably drive it once a year, but we'll give one away and one of you guys can mod it out crazy. And I'd like to see what you guys do with them, because I'm really, really happy with it. Very good detailed body. Your light kit is well put together. Let's see if I can zoom that camera in a little bit more. Yeah, can. There we go. So your main circuit board is right here, but everything is very well taped with this, like, I don't know, like heat tape type deal. Yeah, very great, man. It's 5-wire, but that's not a big deal when it comes to lights. It all ties down to a regular servo wire, which tells me that they're not 3 volts like I believe Traxxas runs. They should be 6 volts like Axial and everything else. So shouldn't really be a big problem to change some of the lights out if you wanted to. But I don't know why you would want to. It's got a decent light kit, you know, out of the box. That right there gives you plenty of light when you're driving at night. It does have turn signals, not crazy about that, but it shouldn't be too hard to just unplug them, I think. Yeah, I think you just unplug the turn signals. So, definitely worth picking up, guys. Right now, it's only seems to be available on Banggood or I think AliExpress. I've never ordered anything off AliExpress. I mean, I'm nothing against them. I've heard they're, you know, they're a reputable company, but I've never ordered anything off them. Let's pull up here behind that head. So yeah, this was today at Walter's RC Park when I was with Owen Rogers and Chris. I was giving this a little test, and I was really impressed with it. I mean, I would have expected it to slip off that edge right there, but it didn't. And there was some steep declines where it stayed pretty well planted for being as steep of a decline as it was, for one thing, and a hard body that tends to be a little, but it's almost kind of squatted a little bit. It looks a little short for a Jeep. I would say I don't have a TRX4M anymore, but I would say it's probably comparable in the height. Why didn't I kick myself? Why I didn't pull up the specs for it? But I would think it's. Thanks, Northwest. Yeah, AliExpress and Bang. Could you give me a price on those, Northwest? I would say it's probably comparable to the Bronco, TRX4M Bronco in height. Maybe a little shorter, if I remember right. I could be wrong, though. Could be right around the same height. Right here, this decline, or I think this was decline, but I thought I was just going to dump it. Or maybe I did dump it here. No. Yeah, right there. I really thought that it just would not make it down that decline. Took it very well. Very controlled. It felt very predictable. You know, I don't know if I really noticed the torque twist too much, Northwest. It's, you know, being in an 18th scale and a 370 motor in it, that's like some mega overkill for this size of a truck. But I don't feel like I really noticed too much of a torque twist per se. Let me. It's not really more a torque twist. I would say it's more of a shock issue. Why it jumps when I gun it right here, looking at it. Well, you guys can't see it, but and another, I guess, downside I would say for me is the reverse is set like to like 50%, I think, maybe 60%. So when you full bore it in reverse, it's only getting about 50-60% power. It's plenty of power to get you out of any situation, but it's not going to roast the tires in reverse like it will in forward. I didn't really like that, and I haven't seen really any way to adjust it on the remote. Maybe there's something on the ESC. I didn't really look too much at the ESC other than so there's 3 servo wire plugs plugged into the ESC and then a motor plug. So 2 of them are going to lights, 1 are going to the servo. So 1, 2, 3. So it's like a 4-channel ESC. That is not bad in a $70, $80 truck, yeah. With that many color options, a trailer hitch, decent tires, better than average tires for an RTR. These are better than what you'd get on any stock Axial by far. And I would say they're better than the TRX4M stock tires by far. These, let me pull the desk back up. These mirrors on the side actually move, so I wasn't worried about breaking them at all. And they did, and they actually have mirrors on the inside of them, like reflective mirrors. But they were very forgiving. They flop right back and forth, but they don't flop freely. They hold their position in the outers. But when a rock hit them, they folded in, and if I knew I was going to be getting into some tight spots, I could fold them in and get the clearance. It's definitely worth it. Let me see here. Let's do a little poll. Let's see what you guys say. I'll tell you right now, you know, the throttle control is better than a TRX4M out of the box. Being that I've driven both. Far, far better. That 370 motor has torque for days. Like, I was going up a very steep incline at Walters, and I don't think I broke not even a quarter of the throttle to get up it. It was torque for days. So we got 6 votes, and we have all you guys are haters on Traxxas, and I'm not a big Traxxas fan either. But are you guys saying this because you guys hate Traxxas, or are you saying you think yes because you think it's truly a better truck? Because in my opinion, I feel like it's a better truck. I feel like the only thing Traxxas beats them on is the oil shocks. Because, and barely at that, because this thing, like I said, because it clips back on, and the mounting of the body, I'm not a big fan of like these. I don't know if I can show you guys. It's really hard to see it. It's just a little tab, and you have to pry it back because it does such a good job. You can't just press it down to click the body on. You got to pull it back with your thumb in order for it to fully click. And I did not have the body come off once. Let me zoom this camera back out just a touch so you can see the whole truck. So yeah, I mean, that's you know, we're looking at three of my fingers easily. It's not fully. I can go just yeah. See, I can go about 3.5 fingers on the front. On stock, and I'm hitting the wheel well, but it wouldn't rub like enough to like affect the way it drives. Now let's check the rear. So a solid 3 on the rear. Yeah, 3.5. Yep, well, almost. Wow, that is 4 fingers on the rear, and all 3 tires are touching, guys. So, better out of the box, Chris says. I agree, man. Very good point, James. That's, you got to buy the light kit with the you know, TRX4M. Where this is, they're giving you an outstanding light kit. I'd like to hear from Northwest Adventures. I really would like to see you pick one of these up, Northwest, because I know you're a big TRX forum guy, and I'd like to hear your opinion. That's right, Jim. 4 fingers on the rear. That got me excited too. So yeah, guys, you cannot go wrong with this one. That slow crawl is just, it's very smooth. And like I said, I'm gonna push my mic over by it and see if you guys. Yeah, it's not even activating my mic. But like, you guys can see that my mic's right here. You guys can see that my mic's right next to it, and I wasn't really even activating my mic, so I don't even know if you guys. Did you guys hear anything? Yeah, it's and this is a oh yeah, these are painted bodies, guys. You can see under here the overspray. Boy, I gotta move this closer. You can see how it's white right here on the unders a little bit, and there's some orange overspray. So all these bodies are painted individually, and this top is painted black. It's I don't believe it's molded black. I don't think you can take that top off. No, you might be able to actually. Oh shit! I think you can take this top off. Yeah, it's a very detailed rig, and the big reason I picked it up was I have the MN 128 112 scale Jeep. Jeff, what noise? Yeah, I have the MN 128 Jeep that looks just like this, so I had to pick it up because I put it right next to there. Yeah, Northwest. I my buddy Chris checked it over, and he's works at the Traxxas shop, so I'm pretty confident in his knowledge, being more knowledgeable of Traxxas stuff. I feel that you're far more knowledgeable about Traxxas stuff than I am. So, yeah. I feel like they know he knew what he was talking about when he said he thinks that the Traxxas parts would convert right over. Yeah, they look very similar, I think. So yeah, I would really like to see what you guys would do with these. These are beadlock rims. They're vented beadlocks though. So that helps with the little extra flex on these, the give on these tires, because being that they are stock tires and being name brand, but they're Austar, so they're the same brand as the company that makes the truck. They're, like I said, they're better than a stock axial tire. I feel like they're better than the TRX 4M tire. You would easily be able to get by on them for quite some time, And with some wheel weights, I mean, that's probably the only thing I do to this is put some wheel weights on it. I was that happy with the way it drove today that I feel like wheel weights, maybe I might check in to see how much some other, check in to see what there is for replacement parts. I mean, Austar is a pretty well-known brand for tires. Obviously, they must be reaching out more, so maybe they'll be selling parts. Yes, Northwest, please do get one and do a comparison. Yeah, I'd really like to see that, and I'd like to see if you can just pick up the shocks and put them directly on there. Maybe I'll head down to JT Hobby, the Traxxas shop, and pick up a set of the TRX 4M shocks there and slap them on here and see if they fit. Maybe Chris can just let me try some first to make sure they line up. but oil shocks is, you know, would definitely, I don't know if that would limit the flex. I know TRX4M shocks are really good. Majora has brass wheels that aren't cheap. Definitely good. Yeah, I mean, you could easily slap some brass wheels on it, and you could probably get some fairly cheap oil shocks that would fit it. But like I said, it's got such good flex, and I didn't like when I drop it. It doesn't have an insane amount of body roll. I don't know. I'll have to take one of these shocks off and open it up, because they kind of do look like they could be oil shocks and just not have any oil in them. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to open them up and look. I guess I should have did my homework completely before I showed you guys. So 86% of you are saying that you think it's better than the TRX4M. I gotta agree, because I mean, even in terms of the looks of the, other than the high trails, the TRX4M high trails look outstanding. I'll give them credit for that. Those bodies are great, but I feel like this is just under the quality of those, but not by far. I mean, you got your chrome gas cap back here. I don't know if you guys can see that on the picture or not, but you got your chrome gas cap. You got little black outlines around your taillights even. You got your, you know, all your vents, you know, and everything. And it's just, the only thing I said is missing is an interior for me, just because I love interiors. Speaking of interiors, guys, I don't know if you are aware, all you LC80 owners, on FMS's website, you can get the LC80 interior. Well, you could up just the other day with both driver variations, and I got mine delivered the other day. They do come with clear windshields to replace your stock tinted ones. So snatch them up while you can, guys, because they were going really fast. So yeah, all you LC80 owners that want that interior, you do got to assemble the interior yourself. You got to put the driver's head on and everything, and the body is just black. So you're going to need to do a little painting if you want it to look like really good. But yeah, guys, Bangoods, AliExpress, probably a few weeks they're going to be showing up on Amazon, but they're going to be way too expensive. They always jack the price up on Amazon. I'm guessing when they hit Amazon, they're going to be $100 to $120. So snatch them up on Banggood, guys. You're going to wait a few weeks to get it, but I think I had to wait 3 weeks to get this. But you guys saw, it was worth the wait. Absolutely worth the wait, man. So, what am I at for time here? So, we are at 40 minutes. Okay. I'll let her run a little bit longer here. I wanted to talk about something that I think all you newbies, new people to the hobby should have. And I got to give a shout out to Andy Ritchie, because he was the one that showed me these, I think, at the Gauntlet. And it's just a great little tool to keep, you know, in your RC, your travel RC shit, you know. Hold on, let me get this rig shut off. So, what I am talking about is, let me zoom the camera in a little bit because it's kind of hard to see it. A little more. All right. So what I'm talking about, guys, is, let me see if I can bring it in a little more. It's still hard to see. That should be better. Oh, that's much better. Okay, and a drop. Oh, okay. Actually, I may have to reach so far. Okay, so this is made by Tenergy, Tenergy. It is a 5-in-1 cell meter. So what this will allow you guys to do is check the voltage of your batteries. You can balance your lipos with this. You can discharge your batteries with this. You can check your lithium ions. You can check your nickel metal hydride batteries, all those. And they're really cheap, It'll save you from ruining batteries, and plus you won't be overcharging batteries and stuff like that, because I would sometimes will leave batteries sitting around, and I'll want to go somewhere to go up to Walters like I did today, and I wanted to know how much juice was in my batteries on the go. So all I had to do was just plug this in and hold this, and it told me how much juice was in each cell and how much juice was in the whole battery. So I didn't have to throw them on the charger and juice them up, because I knew exactly how much power they had, and I knew that they would last me through the day. So it's just something really good to have, guys, and they're really cheap on Amazon. And a lot of you newbies probably are running your stock USB chargers on some of your batteries, probably still. Like if you have FMS trucks or like Axials, SCX24s, you'll be using those stock little USBs, which those are okay, but they're only meant to get you by for a short time. They want you to buy a real battery, so until you get a real charger, you can keep track of the condition of your battery with something like this. And it's worth, having, just like I said, so you're not overcharging your batteries because you don't know how much juice is on it, or you don't remember the last time you charged it, or you can check them and you can be like, man, some of my batteries have been sitting in the lipo bags for a while. They had gotten way out of balance, so I plugged them in and I rebalanced them and discharged them a little bit, tossed them right back in. So I really had to thank Andy for showing me that at the Gauntlet when we were checking batteries. He whipped that out real quick and was just like, oh no, this battery's got this, and yeah, see, Jeff Walters, he's a veteran. He knows. Yeah, they work fantastic. I was really impressed with it. I bought some small Tenergy battery chargers, and I was very happy with them. They were cheap. They do a very great job of balance charging, and they do what they're supposed to do. But yeah, a lot of you new people that might be new to the RC. I have a friend named Kristen who's new to the RC hobby. This would be something ideal for her. I may pick up a couple of these and give some of these away on one of the next lives. I'll have to see how quickly I can get these on Amazon. But I'll give away a couple of these to you guys just because I feel like they're an important tool to have. And do I have a link? You can pick these up on Amazon, Jim. They're just Tenergy 5-in-1 cell meter. Look up. Yeah, Andy. He says, yeah, I carry mine with me when I'm out crawling, and I always check my batteries before I leave. Right where they're exactly. Yep. And before I was, like I said, before I was, being a rush to take off, to head up to Walters because I'm all excited, and I'd be like grabbing, trying to sort through batteries. Like I can't remember which ones I've charged, which ones I haven't charged. Now I can just plug them into that little guy. Boop. I know exactly how much juice it has, if it's going to make it through the day or not, if I need to bring 2 batteries, Plus, you can always, use it to test how far your batteries can get you. You can be out on the trail, with a fully charged battery, drive halfway through the trail, cut your rig off, check how much voltage you got, finish out the trail, check your voltage, be like, all right, I can drive for X amount of distance on this, 5200 milliamp US battery. So you know, for the price. Let me see if I can pull it up actually for you. 10. Whoops. I am. There, 5 battery meter. So we are looking at $18 for that exact one. Yeah, $18 for that exact one, which is not bad, guys. You know, considering it's gonna save you potentially batteries in the long run. Let me see if I can get this to work. Yeah, $18, guys, on Amazon. It's gonna save you some batteries. It's gonna save you a bunch of headaches of not knowing, you know, how much juice is in your batteries. Now, I will let you guys know that if you haven't read, you know, if you didn't read the manual, if you own one of these, you can only discharge for 6 minutes at a time with this because there's no fan on it to cool it. So you gotta either put a fan by it or something, I guess, or rig up a fan to it if you wanted to discharge for longer than 6 minutes. I tried putting a fan by mine and it did seem like it stayed cool and I was able to discharge longer than 6 minutes, but just so as to avoid overheating and ruining the cell meter, set a timer and discharge in limits of 6 minutes, which was enough to bring it down a few percentage per 6 minutes. So you got 20-30 minutes to kill and you have 5200 milliamp, you can discharge it a good amount, enough to where you're comfortable to store it until you can get a full you know, storage discharge done to it. So okay, so moving on to what will be basically the last subject for the evening will be about the LC80. How many of you guys out there have the LC80? Why don't you shout it out in the chat? Let me know how many of you guys have the LC80 or you're interested in getting the LC80 from FMS. Oh, hey, Crawler Baller, what's up, man? I didn't see you jumping in. Yes, better than the TRX4 on Crawler Baller. Pick one up today, dude. You will not be disappointed. You'll not be disappointed, Crawler Baller. James, I know you got an LC80. I know Andrew Ritchie's has a LC80, and I know who else does? Jeff Walters has one. So, and a lot of you, like I said, a lot of you SCX24 guys are going to be interested in this, I think. Oh, you'll believe it, Crawler Baller. Trust me, you'll believe it when you get one. So, here's the thing that I discovered about the LC80 from another guy, which I really cannot remember this guy's name because he was a really small channel and he just posted this video and there wasn't a ton of views on it even really, which I was really surprised. You can take the LC80 ESC and from the factory it is set up for 4-wheel steering with 5 different modes of steering. It blew my mind. It absolutely blew my mind. So you can pick up an extra set of, you know, front axles for it. You can slap them on your LC80 and you put it into your servo into channel 4 on your ESC. And then it was something about, I'd have to rewatch the video. I will get the link for the video for you guys and I'll put it in the description of the video when I end this stream. But I believe it was something about hitting the bind button and then turning the wheel and holding it in one direction. And you hold it for like 5 seconds or 6 seconds full tilt, and then that would engage full wheel steering. And you do it again, and that activates crab mode. You do it again, and that activates rear steer mode. You do it again, and that activates opposite rear steer mode, which I don't know why they did that. It just means that steering turns the opposite direction that you're turning, and then you hit it again. It's the first two modes you turn to the right. The second two modes or whatever you turn to the left, I guess, and then the final mode is back to front steering. So yeah, you have front steer, full steer, basic crab mode, rear steer, opposite rear steer. So, and he said this is all done directly, no modifications done to the ESC. He said you just plug your rear servo into channel 4, which is your button, would be your button on the side of your remote. Yeah, you've got, that really right there solidifies the LC80, I would say, as being the rig of 2023. They nailed it out of the park, but the fact that apparently it has 5 steering modes for rear steer, essentially for 4-way steering out of the box, that they didn't, I don't know if they know that it does that or what, or how this guy figured it out, but there is a video out there. I will go through my history to find it, and I will copy the link and paste it in the description of the video, so all you LC80 owners. But like I said, it's a small ESC in the LC80, so it's worth picking up one. They're like I don't know, I would say $40, maybe $45 for the transmitter and the receiver. Slap it in your SCX24, and then you've got proportional rear steer, not having to use channel 1, channel 2 to like the Capra does out of the box, left or right without proportion. So that is a killer tip right there, guys. So you can already take an extremely capable rig and make it even more capable, out of the park, unstoppable, basically, with 4-wheel steer. So I want to see somebody do this. I'm a little bit on the lazy side, so I'm not likely that I'm gonna do 4-wheel steer on my LC80. But he shows the servos moving, like he doesn't have it fully hooked up to his truck, but he hooks up everything and he goes through all the modes on the video, and he shows you that the servo goes this way on the rear and it goes this way. So, but yeah, that is a big time game changer. You could change the body out on the LC80 and make yourself a comp rig out of it. Lose the springs and run a droop suspension on it, the rear steer, get a cage body for it of some sort, possibly. That sounds like something Jeff Walters would do, would put rear steer on his, because he has the terrain to truly challenge it. So let me check where we're at here. It's 8:48. So I hope you guys all had a good New Year's. Let me know what you guys got for Christmas in the chat. I'd like to hear what you guys got. I know James RC got, what did he get? Oh, I'm drawing a blank on what he got. I remember seeing it just the other day too. James, clue me in on what you got. I forgot. Hey, RC Remedy, welcome to the stream, man. The Power Wagon, that's right. I didn't have time to do pick of the week, Osborne, because I was at I had so much family stuff going on, and I had family up visiting from down south, and then I went up to Walters today, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to be doing the live tonight. I planned on doing the live from Walters, but I just got so distracted messing around, and I got that new Red Cat Ridge Runner, that new 4-wheel steer. I guess you'd call it the brother to the Ridge Rock. And I'm telling you right now, guys, just a little bit I got to use it. Even though the conditions were quite muddy in the area that I did use it, I was super happy with it. And I don't know if A-Main's still doing it right now, but I purchased mine through A-Main, and they had a $10 coupon for it. So I think I ended up paying like $157 for it. You can't really beat that for a 10th scale with motor on axles that have portal axles with metal gears, 4-wheel steering with 4 modes, dig, great flex, killer looking body, super smooth throttle control. I was going down some sweet declines with that dig. I was hanging it off the edge, you know, and then just letting it drag down. The dig could be a little bit stronger. I mean, being that it's a motor on axle dig setup, you know, it's you know, it's about the best it can do, which I was completely happy with it. It worked where I needed it to work. It worked, you know. The tires on it are definitely better than the Ridge Rock stock tires. So if you're looking for a good, cheap 10 scale that was really, really fun, really, really capable with a killer body, pick up the Red Cat Ridge Runner. They're sold out on Red Cat's website. I mean, they sold out immediately on Red Cat's website. But you can pick them up on A-Main. You can pick them up on Horizon Hobby, I think. But A-Main did have the $10 off coupon. So if you're, you know, looking to pick one up, I would probably go there. I got a tiny Chilton manual for my build. It's awesome in the front seat. That is, sounds sweet, man. What did I miss here? Got a crossbow. Oh, sweet, Chris. I said him what I win here. Jeff said nothing, I just buy. I didn't really get too much RC shit for Christmas this year. I didn't really ask for a lot of RC shit. I feel like I'm an adult. I don't need to ask. I'll just buy it. But I do plan on picking up a couple more rigs soon. I still have that MN82 or whatever it is coming, that Toyota that everybody seemed to like when I posted that picture of the 4 rigs that I had coming. Next week's episode, I'm still debating on whether I'm going to do this or not, but more than likely it's going to be the FMS FMT24 Colorado, the FMT, I think. If you're looking to get one of those guys, wait until you catch my episode before you buy one, because I don't want to give away too much, but let's just say I was at first I was impressed, and it wore off a little quick, you know. I want to get some comparison video because I have another, it's supposed to be 18th scale, but if I hold it up next to the Colorado, it's about the same size, and it's brushless. It's very comparable in price, if not less than the Colorado. All the same, like, features, oil shocks, you know, several metal parts that the Colorado has is plastic. So if you're looking to get a Colorado, hold off. If I get the video footage, I want to do this in the next day or so for next week, comparison of this brushless version versus the Colorado. Then you'll want to watch that episode, because you'll probably change your mind about wanting to pick one up, more than likely. I am the biggest FMS fanboy in the world. A lot of you guys know this, but I just was a little let down with the Colorado. Beautiful body and everything. It does perform extremely well, but you know, I'll go over some of the details next week on next Monday's show. So yeah, definitely hold off on buying one if you were looking to get a Colorado, or buy the Easy RC version for sure. If you're looking to buy the want a Colorado because you like the body, because I will give them that. The body is beautiful. It's a sweet little body, you know, and they put decals all over it. Looks great. But you know, and I'm not just saying this because I bought this one and FMS didn't send me this one. I bought this one. I didn't even ask them to send me this one. It was a spur of the moment purchase. But yeah, is that the new FMS trailer I got? Yeah, Andy, I picked up the new FMS trailer too, and I was super happy with it. I was super happy with the FMS trailer. I got the light gray one that has the folding tailgate. It's just because I felt like that was the most realistic one, and I liked that it had the functioning folding gate. That was really cool. And I put my little Ducati motorcycle on the back of it and shot that video with it. That was freaking sweet. I had a blast doing that. So what are you guys looking forward for 2024? What's your guys', anybody got any RC New Year's resolutions? I'd like to hear from you. I think for me, I don't really know if I have any RC resolutions. I know I need to get off my butt and stop being so lazy lately, because I have not like gotten out and shot footage other than today in like 2 weeks. And I know there was the holidays and all that crap, you know, and I've been kind of busy with work, but man, that's not an excuse, you know? Chris Gerwitz says more RCs. Yeah, he said, don't be lazy. That's mine too. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's like I used to be a guy that would, you know, work out regularly. I used to work out as I was younger. I was a 5 to 6 day a week workout guy. Went outside, did outside activities all the time. As I've gotten older, I've kind of slowed down, but I only had cut back to like 4 days a week of working out. I haven't worked out, and I can't remember when I need to get off, and that's affecting my motivation to get out and do RC stuff, you know. That should be a lot of the RC communities, you know, goals for 2024 would just be to, you know, be more active, get out with your friends more, you know, get together in groups more, and be active. You know, I noticed a lot in the RC community, which I was super happy to see one of my buddies who has health issues a little bit being more proactive about his health. So yeah, I'd like to see the RC community in general, our community, getting out more, putting out more videos with your friends, you know, out doing, you know, some walking on trails and stuff, you know, getting out, being active. That's going to be probably my remedy for the year, will be get out, hit more long trails. Once the winter gets over, get up to Walters more, stop being lazy, driving just on the front course where it's easy to drive, and go out back and walk the trails. Yeah, just being more active in general, as far as crawling goes. Chris, yeah, you need to get out and make some more videos, bro. I haven't seen you post anything in a little bit, and I used to watch all your videos. I went to your channel just the other day to see if you had posted anything. Absolutely, Travis. Definitely hit more trails, man. I'm a firm believer, guys, of a body in motion stays in motion. So, get out, hit those trails, you know. If you're not feeling motivated to do it, then call one of your buddies and see if they want to go crawling. And, you know, then you two get out and you have a good time. You get some exercise and, you know, what up, Wolf Tracks? I mean, because if, you know, Jeff Walters can get out there and haul rocks with his back, then I know you guys can get out and walk some trails. So, yeah, that's going to be my biggest thing, is to get out, hit more trails, not just walk down to my trail and drive on my trailer here at home, start going more places and hitting trails, you know, shooting out the gyms more and hitting the trails out there, you know, going up to Walters more, hitting the trails out there, you know. So, but yeah, definitely, you guys get out, get some footage, you know, of you and your buddies or your significant other, you know, like Osborne and his wife, you know, they you know, my girlfriend and me, you know, we go out crawling together. Keeps you in shape. Yep, keeps you moving, the bending down to pick your truck up, keeps your body, you know, flexible and keeps you going. Yeah. So it's not all about just standing in one spot, you know, crawling on the same spot over and over. Get out and move, people. Chris says there's no, then make a spot, Chris. That's the other part of it, man. It's like when you're building a course, that's just as much exercise. Ask Jim when we built that course at his house at the end of the summer outside. That was a couple hours of heaving and hoeing some rocks. That was awesome, though. He said you'll be bending down to pick up your back. I felt like that after that day of hauling rocks at your house, Jim, because I'd hauled 2 trailer loads of rocks at my house that day. Yeah, I see that, Northwest. You're always out. Yeah. Yep. And you got some great scenery to film at. That's why I enjoy your videos. You know, like I said, your content's good about your truck that you're talking about. And then you give us some beautiful scenery, you know. Very jealous of some of your backgrounds in your videos. Absolutely, Osborne. It can be as little as 20 rocks, man, and you got yourself a course. Yep. So, well, we are at 9:02, guys. Oh, and Cardboard Crawler rolls in right here at the end. Well, because I had a pile of rocks delivered to my front yard, so I always have a place to crawl in the rock garden. Yeah, I've got a big old pile of rocks set aside next to my course for next spring. I dumped a couple of trailer loads at the end of fall this year in anticipation for spring. Oh, I wouldn't even want to count my rocks. Good Lord, there's got to be 600 rocks on my course down there. So, Cardboard Crawlers, skip back in the live stream once it's over. About maybe 25-30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago or so, where I talk about the LC80's ESC, how it has the ability to do 4-way steering out of the box with 5 different steering modes. So it's about 15 minutes, 20 minutes ago or so. So you might be interested in that. So, but I think we're going to wrap it up, guys. Like I said, next Monday will more than likely be the FMS Colorado. But if you're looking to get one of those, definitely hold off until after you get the video and you can see a legitimate review on it that I can tell you about. Because I know a lot of the other guys that did reviews on it said, you know, it was really great and it's fun. And it is that. It is really great and it is really fun. But for the price, I could show you some better options, you know, with the same quality, if not better. So yep. So I appreciate all you guys stopping by. I'm glad you guys are all safe, you know, and had a safe New Year's, and you're all, you know, healthy and here. Nobody got wasted, got in any accidents, or got hit by any drunks. And special thanks to Dave and Jeff Walters for letting us come out today. We had a great time out there. They had a ton of people out there today with jets and stuff. They had all sorts of expensive planes up there, up in the air, flying around. It was sweet. There was a bunch of people crawling. It was a good time. Really good turnout for considering how cold it was. It was quite a chilly day up here in Michigan. So special thanks for Jeff making that big fire to keep us warm all day, and the food and everything was great. You know, if you're not following Walters RC and you're from Michigan on Facebook, make sure you follow Walters RC to keep track of the events they post. They do lots of small events like they did today, where it's airplanes and some crawling stuff going on, and there'll be a big old potluck going on, which had a ton of good food. So they do a lot of those little events like that, and if you're not following them on Facebook, you'll miss them. You won't even know about them. So special thanks to them for that, giving us another fantastic day out there. I want to thank all you guys for stopping by tonight, and we'll see you guys next Monday. Have a good week, guys. And I'm out. Peace.